You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
Hello, Bronny.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the beautiful podcast of Daddy Issues, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's funny. You already started playing with the cord.
I always do.
I know you do.
At a certain point, you have to accept people for who they are.
I accept you because I have no choice because you're my
you
son.
don't because you every
No, I'm
time.
just trying to improve yourself. Why don't you try not to?
But like
Just say, okay, Dad, I will try not to. That's it.
But
why don't you grow as a person? It's not a question of you asking me a question of why. It's just for you to grow as a person, stop to finish. Just like at dinner tonight, you were fucking picking the thing.
And was anyone
the
more
napkin.
soft for it?
Well, I don't think it's a proper habit, so I'm trying to better
I don't
yourself.
do it on a date.
Listen, well, then don't do it now.
Oh, we're on a date?
No, don't do it now.
What do
And let me see the back of your neck. Yeah, you need to clean it. When are you going to clean that up?
I'm getting a haircut on Tuesday.
Good. Okay. And yeah, just don't do it. Now, what happened with your nasal spray? Have you been using it?
I haven't touched it in 2 days. And
Proud of you, Bronny.
my nose.
You didn't text me when you got home the other day, just so you know.
Sorry, but did I not when I left the house? You said text me when you get home. I said I'll probably forget.
But I don't think. But what if I was your employer? Would you forget? There you go. That's my point. I rest my case. Drop the mic, bitches, motherfuckers in the house. So listen, all I'm just saying is stop fidgeting. Thank you very much. Don't pick your nails. Good.
Should I cross my arms or should I sit on my hands? That's another.
I think you are a very intellectual, mature person. That's well read.
It's the Mr. Megorium. I've talked about this.
But I think if you make a conscious effort, you can do it.
Do you know what I mean when I say Mr. Megorium?
Yes, the guy who was be able to see things and fidgets.
No, well, Natalie Portman in that movie,
right.
Mr. Megorium was Wonder Emporium.
We talked about this.
Yeah,
right?
she was fidgeting the whole movie, and everyone was getting on her case about it. And then at the end, she wrote this beautiful composition, and it was it turned out that she was actually a genius, and it was all kept up in her head, and so it was trying to get out through her fidgeting.
So you have yet to be seen a genius, and what do you have in your brain that he's looking at the mic like not like a
That's
genius?
The camera. Only a genius would know that.
Not okay. Here's my point.
Oh,
you're not.
Did it get my genius from him?
I get him from him. Okay, so Bronny, you're not a genius. I love you, smart kid. But stop fidgeting.
No, I'm not a genius.
But I believe you have, and you're not composing anything. So I think you should try. That's what I'm saying. Try.
Okay, I'm going to sit on my hands.
We'll try to improve ourselves.
What were you just asking me about? Oh, the nasal spray. Yeah, no.
Proud of you, Bronny.
I have to blow my nose 30 times a day, but I'm
That's
not
okay. Get it all out of your system.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we just had a beautiful Christmas dinner.
Holiday
dinner.
Because we don't celebrate Christmas.
Santusha makes her annual dinner, which was phenomenal. She made fucking killer prime rib and her something pie. What's that called?
I don't know.
So
the dessert one you're talking about, or the savory one?
The one with the peas in it.
Yeah. It's like a chicken pot pie, but
I don't care.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Really nice. Beautiful family. We have Burke home. We have Bryce and Bronny here. Really, really nice.
As a holiday season.
Couldn't be any happier. So we're doing our pod now, and here we are.
Yes,
That's so funny.
we are. Oh, we're doing a pod now? Oh, okay.
Wow, you're so
no, but
obnoxious.
it's just funny to say, and we're doing a podcast now.
I'm just giving people a little bit of a lay of the land what transpired before the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a bad thing?
No.
People like me want to know.
They didn't say it was a bad thing. It just made me laugh a little.
That's okay, but they want to know. People would like to know what's going on with us.
Yeah. What's going on with me? I'll just put this out.
Wait. What's going on with you, Bronny?
Bryce and I, my whole friend group and I'm so annoyed because New Year's is around the corner. It's 2 weeks away at this point, right?
Yep.
What were you about to hit?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And
good.
Well, that's so rude.
Go ahead.
It's so weird not being able to talk with my hands because
I'm proud of you.
I'm sitting on.
I think you should put your hands on. What I try to tend to do is
But when I do that, I end up picking at it and I end up touching the wire. Okay. And you always go. That's why you always say you always play with the same three things.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on my hands.
Proud of you.
New Year's is coming up, and it's
when is New Year's?
I would press the blue button right there, but I don't have. Yeah, that one. But I don't have hands.
Well, you have hands, but
and it's just so annoying making plans for New Year's, especially holidays, because it always ends up the expectations are high.
It's expensive.
You always are like, we got to do something big. The prices are always high, and then you're like, oh, that you're always let down / spent too much than you wanted to / disappointed, and it's like, so we're planning all this shit, and I don't really want to do anything. I was like, let's just go, because we already rented a boat for the day, so the daytime we're like on a boat with all our friends.
You're gonna be exhausted, by the way.
Yeah, so I was like, doesn't it sound nice? We were drinking outside on the boat
And
all
hang
day.
out in the apartment with
I was
friends.
like, let's go for a nice dinner.
I
around 9
100% agree
o'clock,
with you.
Come home at like 11,
Hang at the
watch
condo.
the ball drop, hang out, listen to music, chill, and then
talk.
that's it.
That's a quality night.
I was
I'm all
like,
in
that
favor.
sounds great to
you
me.
would literally turn into an adult.
I was like, that sounds great, and we save money, but we'll like go to a nice dinner, drop like $150 on dinner and drink.
Wow,
It'll be
look at
nice.
you, wealthy fucking guy.
I mean, we're going to be dropping $250 on a table for waste.
Waste.
Might as well do $100 on a meal, on a
a
nice
better meal, better time.
Right. Everyone vetoed that right away.
Papa John's.
They were like, that's better ingredients.
That's what.
Everyone was like, definitely not. We're going out. We can still do the nice dinner, but we're not going to. Bryce was like, I'm not going to bed at midnight. And I was like, we don't have to. But so everyone wants to go out. So then I'm like, fine, whatever. So then for the last 3 weeks, I'm texting every day in the group. We got to book something. What are we doing? Let's come up with an idea. Things are going to start to sell out. Things are going to start to get more expensive. And everyone's like, yeah. No one's committing to anything. So now it's like we're a week out, a week and a half, 2 weeks out.
2 weeks.
And I'm like, but there's still
So
nothing
what are your options, bro?
No, it's just like different
I want to hear the
clubs.
choice. I want to hear the,
You don't
well,
know
that's
the names of
boring.
them. No, but that's what it is.
So you're
That's
just going
what
to clubs.
Yeah.
Okay, boring.
But then no one wants to commit to one. And I'm like, well, we have to. And then
Okay,
some
what
people
about if you make the plan and just commit to it, they're going to do it?
Yeah, I mean,
But you can't be bound, locked into the table.
no,
Yeah.
well, everyone, that would be fine anyways. Like, everyone would do it.
How
if
many
I just
people?
made a
How many
plan.
people go on the boat?
On the boat, there's like 20, I think.
It's a lot. You're
But
going to
then
be
for-
fucking
I'm going to be exhausted. Yeah, completely exhausted. But I mean, it is what it is.
I think you guys should come to my house. We're having a nice party. Catered, DJ. Rocking, going. Things rocking.
Yeah, sure. No,
Be a nice
I
night.
bet it would be very fun.
About quality time with people we care about.
I agree with you. I don't need to go drop $300 at a club where I can't hear anyone anyway.
To me, I agree with you, Bron, 1,000%. And listen, I don't want to be around anybody I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Why do I want to share the new year, coming to the new year, around people that I don't know or give a shit? I don't give a fuck one way, good or bad. I just don't give a fuck about these people.
Yeah.
I'd rather be around people that I care about, that I can share the memory and the experience and
Yeah, I hear
go
you.
into the new year.
The problem is everyone is like,
It'll change. They're younger than you and not as mature as you. Give it 2-3 years because you're very mature for your age. 2-3 more years, I think they'll be done with it.
but I'm done with it now. I mean, I'll go do
Then you
whatever.
need different friends.
I'll go out and do it. Like, I'm fine doing the thing. But now I'm like, every day I'm like, let's just book something. Let's get something done. But then now people are giving things and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. And they're like, well, you're the one that cares the most, so you should pick. And I'm like, I don't care. And they're like, but you do
care.
But you talk about every day about booking it. And I'm like, yeah, because we need to book. I care about booking something because otherwise we're going to be fucked. Because if you try to book something the day before, it's not fucking happening.
I think going to clubs is
I'm
boring.
it's so annoying. So Bryce and I today were like the last week, every day we're like yelling about it because I'm like, because he'll just like negate it, right? Like I'll
right. It's like what we do with mom. Where do you want to fit? I don't care. How about Chinese? No. How about Italian? No.
And then like, then you tell me.
Right. I get it.
And then Bryce named like 2 random places. And I was like, where the fuck did you pull those from? Places that we've never even heard of or been to. And he was like, I Googled it. And then he was like, well, now I gave options, so I'm done. You can't get
That's
mad
so
at me.
Bryce.
And I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's not about a quota. It's about we all have to work, whatever. Whatever.
I get it.
It is
get
what
it.
it is.
I think you'll find something, but and you're with the group, you'll have fun. But I agree with you in what you're saying. I'd rather not go to club. I'm more about quality time than quantity.
I couldn't sit on my
time.
hands. They were literally falling asleep.
You don't have to sit on your hands, but I definitely do more quality time than quantity time.
Well, it's not about a quantity time.
Meaning, I'm saying the
I know.
bullshit of the whole fucking scene. It's all
Well, I mean,
about-
it's fun. Like going to a club with your friends is definitely fun, but it's not worth it. And then especially when it's on New Year's, it's like everyone is expecting like, oh, it's got to be a better night. It's got to be a bigger night.
and
you're like,
be
fuck
drunk,
this.
and oh god, what a waste.
Well, being drunk is fun, but it's not worth
It's a waste.
the money.
I don't know. Is it really been fun? You wake up the next fucking day.
Well, yeah.
Shitty sleep.
It's fun, but sometimes is it worth it? No, but it's still fun.
You're so funny.
Like, no, but of course, like going.
Hey, but of course.
A lot of things are fun, but we don't do them because it's not worth the risk or it's not worth the money or whatever.
I'm saying you're funny because of your analysis to it. I'm just saying
Yeah, no, but that's my analysis for being drunk. And as I've gotten older, the worth it has changed dramatically. It used to be very worth it to get drunk because the pros far outweighed the cons. Now the cons outweigh the pros. So I have to really I have to decide, okay, yeah, I guess I'll drink tonight. And I have to decide, okay, do I have anything that I have to do tomorrow? No. Okay, fine. But if I do, then I won't drink.
I hear you. Well, I hope I'm sure you work it out. I'm sure you're
No, it's not going to get worked out. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I told Bryce today, I said, I've had patience. I've tried for 3 weeks to get a plan done. If by Saturday there's no plan, I'm making my own plan with the girls that are coming to visit, and I'm making my own plan, and I'm booking my thing, and I'm excluding all of you because I'm trying
to
to
hang with us.
No, I'm not coming up to Boca and then driving back down. I just don't want to go back and forth because then I'm gonna go back during the night like that. I don't want to.
No, you hang and you go back the next day.
So I'm bringing 2 people. Where are they gonna sleep?
Who's the 2 people?
My friend and her friend.
Oh, she's bringing a friend in?
Yeah, so it's just not. I can't go.
Understood. Okay. All right. When are they going back?
Tuesday.
All right. So are we going to spend any time after, I'm off Monday?
Sure. I have no plan, so
Maybe you guys can come hang out. We can barbecue, relax, chill.
yeah, we'll figure it out. It's a while away.
I know, just talking.
Yeah, I'm open to it, but I'm not going to commit one thing or the other right now. It's just too early.
Hey,
I don't want to lock myself into a thing.
I got it. What's happening otherwise? What's on the news front, Bronny? Anything?
No.
I was thinking.
Trump released a trading card or some shit.
Oh, God. I am. What's it look like? Can I see?
It's really stupid. Well, it's full on a scam. It's an NFT, but he's calling it a trading card, so it's digital. He's selling them each for $100, and he's only selling a certain amount. But then it's it. But you can sell as unlimited. But it's a scam. It's just a way to make money. And it's him in a Superman outfit.
Oh, God. Narcissist.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking cringy. This.
Please don't tell me that big one up there.
No, it's this right here.
Let me
make
see
it so difficult to find. Jesus.
Wasn't it that?
It's that.
Okay. Seriously?
That's for real.
Wow.
He put that out for real. It's the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
First of all, he wishes. Number one.
Well, I mean, that obviously. Trump is insanely obese.
No, but oh my God, that's hysterical.
Not insanely obese, but he is obese.
Is it already sold? Everything sold out?
I don't know.
That's hysterical, Bronny.
Let's see. He's selling them for $99 each. Trump digital trading cards.
How many think Brant bought? Uncle Brant.
I don't know if they're up yet. I mean, it's just so stupid.
Stupid.
Who's going to buy that? It's just a cash grab from him.
Hey, I was thinking more. I was like, I forget the family, what the girl that was released from Russian prison.
Brittany Griner.
And the family, I'd be so pissed of the other Marines family. Fucking pissed.
I'd be pissed at the government, not about Brittany Griner.
No, I'm saying I'd be on every fucking talk show and doing a warpath.
Well, the talk shows would never book you.
Crazy.
They're all on board of Brittany Griner's home. This is a Biden win. Crazy. They would never it's not.
Fox would.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
I'm shocked.
The people who are listening to Fox News already know the story.
Yeah, but all the stations are like that. I mean, whoever watches the station, that's yours. It has no value because that's what you believe anyway.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Of course.
Right.
That's well established.
Right.
But then it's like, what the fuck do we do at this point? So if everyone is watching stuff that only is their
narrative, right,
and everyone is also aware that that's the case, then what the fuck are we doing? We're all living it's a sham.
Well, but I think that is a crock of shit. I agree with you.
But you also are like, yeah, I only like Fox News, but also they are biased and they're only telling
I know
one
they're
side.
biased. I don't really watch much of it.
So that's what I'm saying.
But I think all news is a joke. I've always said that from day one. Oh
yeah. So but then what are we doing? Like,
what are we doing? I'm living my life. I don't watch the news.
Yeah, but the people who do,
they're pathetic.
But it's most people.
Yes, I agree. Most people, put the shit on social media. They're worried about how other people think about them. They drive fancy car and have a pot to piss in or no furniture, no money in the bank. I mean, people are pathetic. Stop.
Yeah. But they're also
we talk about that all the time.
We live with them.
Yes, Brian, we always talk about that. I'm in agreement.
So, we got to do something about that. If everyone is getting their
we're fucked, Bronny. Why do you think the virtual reality has become so big? People are pathetic.
It's not big.
Okay. All right. Well, I think why people would like virtual reality.
No one likes it or uses it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with you on that. Or so.
Name a person you know who uses it.
Bob. No.
Remember 5 years ago, there were all those stores that started popping up for
You're
VR
right.
stores? Every single one out of business.
So here's what I'm trying to get at.
Meta, the company owns Oculus, which is the main
social media
going out of business.
Or even texting. People can hide behind things. Why, even Amazon, laziness of not going and buying something, just click it. People are pathetic. But we know that.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
I don't think
will
people are
change.
naturally pathetic. I think we're conditioned to be pathetic, especially something like that, like Amazon. It's not like everyone before Amazon was like, the world sucks. I can't get something the same day. We didn't even think about it, but then Amazon delivered it to us, and now we're conditioned. So it's not that we're naturally pathetic. It's that these corporations and the government is forcing us to be pathetic.
Okay, could be. Yep, could be.
But no one's born and is impatient. We're taught to be that way as a consumer.
Okay.
Some people are impatient with people. Okay.
No, I hear you. I just.
That's the truth.
But either way, I think we're fucked with people because people want to be led and they're stupid. But I've said this many times.
Well, people wanting to be led is not bad. You view that as such a bad thing. If no one wanted to be led, if everyone wanted to be a leader, we literally would be no different than gorillas in the jungle. We would never have been able to create civilization if no one wanted to be led. That's what makes us good. Is that most of us
literally led me in that regard?
People want other people to do the things for them, right? Most people can't be the CEOs. Most people can't be the leaders. You view that as a bad thing.
No,
you just said everyone's pathetic because everyone wants to be led.
No,
and
you're taking.
We should want everyone to be led.
No, but okay.
We need the factory workers.
I agree with you.
We need the construction workers to build the house.
Okay, that doesn't mean. I'm not talking about from a job standpoint. I'm not talking about an employee as opposed to an employer. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying when they want to be led, mean the stupidity of how they just take everything verbatim as what it just force-fed to them or told to them. I agree that there are leaders and non-leaders. I'm using the led different than a leader and a non-leader, Indian and a chief. I always say if everyone was like me, I wouldn't be so special, right? That's how I always say that. What I'm saying is how people are just, they don't ask questions. They just regurgitate. They don't want to know more. They don't want to do more.
Yeah,
that's
that's good. I think we really need that. Truly, think about it. The world started to go bad as we know it when the internet happened, right? And what did the internet do? It gave everyone knowledge, and it gave everyone the ability to find things out. Before that, they say, literacy back in the Middle Ages, they were no one knew how to read or write except the upper classes and the wealthy, the powerful. And it was a big problem back in the day when people started reading and writing. They the upper classes were things are getting worse because people
knowledge.
Because people are gaining more knowledge. And with that
comes power.
Just complications, right? Think about the world now. Everyone has the internet, so the world has gotten so much more complicated that it has 100% gotten worse. We all agree that everyone having a voice is not, we don't all agree with that, but I think that everyone having a voice on the internet has been, we in theory, we thought it was a good idea, but in reality, we are seeing that it's clearly not a good idea because everyone...
Yeah, I hear, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
I hear you, but I still... Maybe I'm not being...
Because most people aren't deserving of that.
Well, I don't know.
Because they're not smart enough or they're not... what's the word? Insightful enough to go through the bullshit and be oh yeah, this is real and this is not. Because most people are listeners rather than speakers.
But I still think there's a difference of people having thoughts and if they choose not to voice it, that's their choice, as opposed to people being dumbed down, led, not literally like leader, employee. And it's a mentality. It's just a mentality of a person. I just, that's my feeling why there's a problem.
So you think that, do you think it's a modern thing? I think that's how humans were forever. Like, you think the mentality of a farmer who was tilling the fields for a lord back in the day was like having original thoughts and like thinking like, let's write a book on philosophy. No, they didn't think about anything. They were a dumb farmer because most humans are dumb. You don't know. We should be. Like, most humans are dumb by design, because otherwise nothing would have gotten done.
Actually, I don't know if I agree. I think most humans are not dumb, and therefore that's why so many things did get done.
But think about the people who are smart.
It's
like a few in each generation.
And
there just have been so many humans.
There are plenty of smart people. The point I'm trying to get is, just because you're told something doesn't mean you have to take it verbatim as being true.
Because they're dumb.
They're not dumb. Well, maybe people...
Dumb isn't bad. I don't view dumb as bad.
People are dumb now, but...
Like you said, dumbed down. People are getting dumbed down. I think the majority of the masses have always been dumb by design. That's a good thing. We want the majority of people to be dumb. And I don't view dumb as a bad thing at all. Just like how I view, like, if someone's short and someone's tall, it's like just the way they were born. I don't view it as bad or worse, but definitely we need some of one and some of the other, because that's what makes us better. So we definitely need some dumb people who are not going to question anything, who are just going to show up to work every day and till the field.
But there's a lot more of them now than the way it used to be.
Well, there's a lot more people than there used to be. And I think the percentages probably are the same. And it's just that now the dumbness, back in the day, right? Like, you didn't know how many dumb people there were because you only like knew your little village or your little city, right? So that was it. You only interacted with those people. Now everyone has a voice. So every dumb idea is broadcast to the world. So now we see how many dumb people there are. But I think it's always been,
I don't know.
Most of human
could be.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way for me to prove. Like, there's no way for me to prove it. It's just my thought.
You could be right, but either way, there's a large mass of people and number of people that are just fucking dumb and spoon-fed and led, and I think that's a problem.
Why?
I think it's a problem.
Why?
I explained why. Didn't I?
Yeah, but why is it a problem? Like, so if none of them did, that'd be better. Like, if everyone did their own thing.
No, I just don't. I just think that because
why is that a problem being led?
I think it is a social media, internet, TV medium thing where people just believe everything that they see or read, and that's it. And therefore, and I agree, it's all shoved in a marketing proper way with big business or the press doing or whatever it is to manipulate the mind, and people can't see that. They can't see it, and therefore, with that comes further stupidity. And that to me is a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a problem because it's so big now. But I think that's how we've always been. Even like in caveman times, there was one shaman, right? Who was like the one who was manipulating everyone and was like, yo, this is what we got to do. We got to worship this tree. Trust me, guys. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, that's the tree. Okay. Now they just happen to be billion-dollar corporations.
Okay. Well, I don't, to me,
that's just how humans always used to be.
Well, then
it used to be the village elder, then it was the king, now it's companies and government. You know, it's always been leaders manipulating the masses.
True, but there's a lot, even if let's assume same percentage are different, there's a lot more people that don't agree, and it's harder to stomach and deal because your voice can be heard in a greater way.
Right, and see, so don't you see that's could be a problem?
No, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, but like,
I don't see the problem.
Everyone is behind one thing.
Because just because I have a leader or a king and I don't agree with them, I'm not going to take it for face value. That's just genetically how I'm wired and born.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. That's just my personality.
But you're smart enough to like give reasons why. The majority of people in the world,
because they're dumb.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's a problem that they also feel the way you do, that they're not telling the truth. They're seeing through the veil, but they're not smart enough to then know what to do. Right. Like, smart people. As long as
they support my position, that's all that matters.
Smart people through it, but then you're the leader and they're just following you and you're spoon feeding them.
That's fine because I'm doing the right thing.
But you said spoon feeding in general is a problem. And I think it's
Not what spoon feeding is a problem when it's the wrong thing you're feeding them with.
Yeah, okay. You need that in humanity.
That's a different issue. I'm saying, but if they're being spoon fed the wrong food, it's a problem. Which is what's happening today.
Yeah, I think we just need to make everyone illiterate again, and we'd be fine.
Well, that's not happening. That's a stupid fucking statement.
It could easily happen. If
anyone have a butter knife to cut my wrists?
If there was an apocalypse, everyone would go back to being illiterate, and the world would probably be better off. I'm reading a book right now.
How does your brain even work, Bronny?
I'm reading a book right now where it takes place in India, and this guy's living in the city in Bombay, but he befriends a local Indian guy who takes him. He lives in the city with him, but he's like, I'm going back to see my parents. I go back once a year to the village that I grew up in. Why don't you come with me? Mm-hmm. So it's like a 10-hour trip. It's like, oh my God, the lengths they have to go to get to this village. And as they're walking, they get off the bus and they have to walk now 5 miles because there's no road into the village. And the main character is, as he's walking to the village, he's like, wait, is there electricity in the village? And the guy's like, no, of course not. And he's like, well, then how are he's a musician and he music is very important to me. He's like, how am I going to listen to my music? And he goes, you'll be able to listen to music, no problem. He's like, but I won't be able to charge my phone or whatever. And the guy's like, but we sing every night. And he's like, that's how we do the music. And then there's all these little things where he's washing. It's now the rainy season, and he's washing his clothes in the river, and the river starts rising, and he's like, oh my God, it's gonna flood. So he runs back to the village in panic, and is like, it's gonna flood, and everyone starts laughing at him. And he's like, no, it's flooding, it's coming. And they go back, and they're like, no, the river never goes above. The villagers are like, the river never goes above this line. Do you see that line in the sand? We put that there. It never goes above it. He's like, but how do you know? He's like, because we've lived here for 2,000 years. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, everyone has lived here. We know that it doesn't go above. I don't even know how I got on this. But then he goes back to the city and he's missing that life back in the village. And I think that the majority of people
we got
in
back
the world,
on it by saying it can go back to that way.
Yeah, but I also think that why I was thinking about this is I think the majority of people in the world are well suited for that life. The
Simpler
village life with just that's how we evolved.
I can see that.
We literally did not. Cities and all this came about 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Before it was there were cities around before, obviously, but we evolved very slowly. But our society has moved very fast. So it's the majority of people are really only evolved for simple village life. And that's why I'm saying most people are dumb, but it's not bad. It's it's not bad if I say most dogs are dumb. It's just how they are. They don't need to be anything more than that.
Okay. I do hear you, but I think it's a big problem in our people know what I'm saying. I don't even know how I'm saying it, but I don't disagree with that people like a simple life, but we are in this life. I don't think it's going to go back to anything different than that. I think it's going to continue to grow even further.
That's scary.
Okay, but I think that
it's scary that we're on a train.
People are fucking stupid.
Out of our control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but so then it's also...
It's up to you to slow your life down. It's up to you to spend quality time.
But it doesn't matter because, this is going to get so depressing. But it's I was going to say, it doesn't matter what I do in terms of slowing down because the train, if I slow my seat down in the train, it doesn't have an effect on the whole train.
That's not a correct analogy because you could create your own little world where living in a certain community, doing certain things on the weekend, spending time with your family and living in the moment.
Yeah, but
enjoying that moment.
But then my kids are on the new version of whatever Facebook is or TikTok, which is so much worse than what I have it, and it's fucking up their brain.
All right, but
it's causing them to commit suicide. And be anxious and depressed.
Bronny,
no, but what we're saying, social media is causing children's brains to
did
go
Adam
back.
and Ox do it with their girls? They have nice girls. Did I do it with Mom and I do it with you boys? We have nice boys. You could still do.
But the train is going to keep going more.
All right, and so
we're at the beginning of the track.
Listen. You're going to have to do it. You might have to work a little bit harder, but you'll spend more quiet time. You'll make it work. Life is the most beautiful, great thing. It's just society's getting fucked up. You have to be more aware of, pull the reins back, explain things like Burke's going abroad. I'm worried. I'm going to talk with him. about being safe, and that's just what you have to do. And you have to live, New York, Chicago, LA, they're unsafe areas, so you don't bring jewelry. You try to avoid those areas. You just have to be smart. Whatever it is, just be smart. Just like when we grew up, it was like the Upper East Side, which was Harlem, 78th and North. You wouldn't go there. When I was in college, we would never go. Now you live in the upper 80s, it's booming. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So things change, things evolve. You just have to be smart about it, and you do it. It's no big deal, but I think life is great.
But then when you say things like last episode when I was like, yeah, I'm honestly considering just getting rid of my phone and doing a flip phone, and you were like, thought I was an idiot.
Well, I don't think you're an idiot.
That's a thing now, though. It's coming back. I saw a TikTok today of a girl in college. She went to some big party college, and she said that all her and her friends now, when they go out, they take their SIM out of their iPhone and they put it into a flip phone so that they can still be contacted in case they need to, but that they're not distracted by their phones. And they said she was a 20-year-old girl, and she was like, it's so much better. It's catching on. The whole school is doing it.
That'd be cool.
Because she's like, you're in the moment. You're not, she said every single time, which is true. She's like, every time something goes wrong, it's because our phones. It's because some girl saw that the guy she liked is out somewhere, or someone got a text or whatever, and they're distracted.
The phone is a big problem. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a big problem.
But it's catching on, my idea.
All right, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if it went back, because I don't need my phones other than fucking emails. I don't care about it.
Right. No, of course, we don't need it for other things besides that, but we use it. That's the problem. We use it all the time for other things. Because
it's a problem, and it's clear, very addictive. People get very addicted to the phone.
It's
a real thing.
Oh, it's not the companies that make the phones will say publicly, yeah, we designed them to be addictive. That's the whole point. So this is a great segue, because this is what I want to talk about anyways. To talking about that we're on this train to the future and it's going. There's this new shit that's come out.
I gotta watch Dawn of the Dead. Wait, I'm sorry. Can I download it on my Take on the Flight?
I don't know at this moment, but we can find out after, because I don't know where it is. I don't know what platform, so I don't know. The answer is I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
There's a new AI called ChatGPT or something.
Oh, you and the boys were talking about it.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Crazy.
Show me.
So
I like to know about this.
It's an AI. It's a text AI that they just released it. So it's in its worst form, right? It's only going to get better, and the more people use it, the more it's going to learn, the more it's going to get better. But it's a text AI, and you can ask it anything, and it'll give you the response. So you can ask it a question, and it'll give you an answer, like typing into Google, but it'll tell you. Or you can ask it to do a task for you, text-based, and it'll do the task for you. You can ask it to write an essay, and it'll write the fucking essay pretty spot on. It's crazy. And it came out a month ago. So think about 10 years from now, 100 years from now.
Oh, out of control.
Yeah, because it's already...
You won't even know if you're talking to a live person.
Oh, Dad. Oh, my God. It's going to be so much more than that. It's already that.
Show me. I want to see this. I know
the
boys were texting over this the other day.
So here, this is the site.
We can make it a little bit bigger so I can see.
Okay, hold on. Okay. It's got to load first.
Chat OpenAI?
Chat.openai.com is the website.
Okay. And anyone can use it? So how does it make money?
This is the free version. There's a more powerful version that you can pay for. And so companies, they're definitely going to start doing it. Think a company that writes a lot of let's say Vanity Fair or something, right? They employ hundreds of writers, benefits, all this stuff. Or they can just type into this, write me an article for a girls magazine on top 5 ways to kiss a boy or whatever, and it'll write the whole article for you. It'll just write it for free.
Unbelievable.
So, or for the $20 a month that you pay for the service, and it'll keep getting better.
So as a lawyer, you could say, I need a memorandum of law based on this.
Yes. And the more you enter in, it'll give you. So let's start basic, and we'll go and we'll test its limits. Give me a thing. Ask it to do something. I saw a rabbi on TikTok was saying that there's going to be a problem for kids doing their bar mitzvah sermon, their Haftorah portion, because you can write in, give me a Haftorah essay for my bar mitzvah. I can just even write me a bar mitzvah speech, and it'll write me a whole thing. Let's say, write me
You're so jealous.
a bar mitzvah speech on the importance of family. I guess let's do that. The importance of family. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, who I can guarantee is going to be the perfect holiday gift emporium for all your needs. I can guarantee it. Nope, that's Men's Warehouse. Sorry. We're doing a Manscaped ad. Okay. But for real, anything, the holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, they got something for you. If you want to go large and spend a lot of money, if you want to just do a little stocking stuffer, they got little trinkets for you. Even if you want to go as little as a lip balm, they have lip balm that is the best. I use their lip balm. I have one in my car. I have one in my wallet.
You sure it's not the Manscaped ball deodorant you use on your lips?
No.
And you put a lip balm on your...
Actually,
you can have your girl put the lip balm on and she can put it on for you.
I have it right here. 3 sticks of lip balm.
Is it that good?
I love them. They're like minty, and
they look very cool.
Yeah, they look masculine. So what I'm saying is Manscaped has anything you could want for your holiday gift giving. Here, open one.
Let me smell it. Why don't you shove it up your nose? Oh, it has a little bit of menthol to it.
Yeah, it's minty. It refreshes you up. So that's a great stocking stuffer. Or if you want to go big and get it like a main gift for someone. And by the way, when I'm taking this, take it. When I say for someone, I mean father, son, wife, daughter, spouse, partner, anything. Maybe don't give it to like a coworker because that's a little weird. If you're like, hey, you need to shave your balls.
But it 100% is good for man and woman in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because the woman should be clean too.
Definitely.
Nobody likes women with hair on the nipples.
Can be for everyone.
Good.
Even like a lot of people don't know. So they've got the lip balm. They have deodorant, which comes...
Did you use this one yet?
No. Look, it's brand new.
Okay.
What do you mean have I used it?
No, it's got a smear on it.
No, I have not used it.
Okay, so this
the deodorant's great.
So this has that
it's their refined scent is what they call it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think your mom would like this?
I'm
just fucking with you.
No, that's deodorant for your under armpits, but they also have deodorant for your balls. They also have deodorant for your balls.
They really know how to package it.
It's premium. Their packaging is very premium.
It's pretty cool. It actually says even premium on here.
Yeah.
Ultra premium.
So
I want the ball one. I'll give you the ball. Well, you got everything in there. Look at this.
Yeah, I've also got, here's the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner and the body wash, which is in metal cans, which is the best.
Beautiful.
So head over to
They're cool. I'd like to have that in my stuffing, if you know what I mean.
In your stocking.
Stuffed in my stocking.
Head over to manscaped.com. Use the code DaddyIssues20 at checkout. You'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. We've got you covered with your holiday shopping here at Daddy Issues. So go over there, get it all done for whatever needs, whatever size, whatever budget. You can get it done there.
I agree. And how do they get that again, Ronnie?
Manscaped.com. Use the code DaddyIssues20 at checkout, and you'll get 20% off and free shipping. So I wrote, write me a bar mitzvah speech on the importance of family.
That was quick, by the way.
Dear friends and family, today as I stand here before you as a bar mitzvah, I am reminded of the important role that my family has played in my life.
Oh my God.
My parents, siblings, grandparents, and extended family have supported me and guided me on my journey to becoming a responsible young adult. As we gather here today to celebrate this special occasion, it is important to recognize the value of family. Family is not just about blood relations, but about the love, support, and connections that we share with one another. Family provides us with a sense of belonging and helps shape our identity. They offer encouragement and help us to become the best versions of ourselves. In times of joy and in times of hardship, our family is always there for us, offering a shoulder to lean on and a helping hand.
Oh my God.
As I grow and embark on new adventures, I will always remember the lessons and values that my family has taught me. I am grateful for the love and guidance that they've given me, and I will strive to be a source of support and strength for my family in return. So, as I become a bar mitzvah, I would like to thank my family for all that they have done for me and for being such an important part of my life. May we always cherish and appreciate the bonds of family and contribute to support one another.
Oh my God.
Continue to support one another as we journey through life together. Thank you.
Okay, you couldn't have written any better in a billion years. And by the way,
it did that in 5 seconds.
In less than 5 seconds. Okay.
And I could do even more specific.
That's some fucked up shit because that's perfect.
That's the tip of the iceberg.
Wait. Okay, what about
you can go crazy with it.
Write me a poem. Write me a poem for my wife for forgetting our anniversary.
Because
I forgot.
Which
is not true, but I want to hear this.
Our anniversary. I wonder if I can do poems.
What?
Let's see what it gives. My dear wife, on this day, I cannot believe it's been a year since we exchanged our vows and committed to each other with love and care. I know I've made mistakes, and I am sorry for forgetting our special day that means so much to both you and me, my dearest pet. That's weird. But I hope this poem will show the depth of my love and appreciation for all the things you do to make our marriage a true creation. You are my rock, my guiding light, my partner in all things big and small. I am so grateful to have you by my side through the highs and the lows, the rises and the falls. Oh, it's rhyming now.
Yes, it's been rhyming from the beginning.
Really? So here's to us, my love, on this day. May we continue to grow and thrive. I promise to never forget again our anniversary, the day we came alive. I love you now and always, forever and a day. Happy anniversary, my dear, in every single way.
Oh
Dad,
God.
How crazy. And still, that's tip of the iceberg. We can ask it.
Wait. Let me see. That's scary fucking shit.
It's insane.
That's a world changer. Not a game changer.
100%. Because think now, any essay for school, you can have this, right?
But that's a problem. What do you do?
I saw people online, like teachers were saying, we might have to like there's no homework anymore. All essays, all homework has to be done at school because then you can prove you're not using this thing. But then it goes even further. You can ask it we don't know how to code. This thing knows how to code. So I can enter my code. I can enter code in and I can be like, write me code for a website. Like make me a website that sells perfume and has a pink color scheme. And it will code me the full website for free. I don't know how to use the code aspect.
Okay, what about this? Wow. How do I tell my dad
I don't know about questions, but let's try it.
How do I tell my dad I crashed the car?
I crashed his car. See. Telling your parent that you have damaged their property, especially something as valuable as a car, can be difficult. Here are some steps you can follow to communicate the situation to your dad. 1, take responsibility. It is important to own up to your actions and not make excuses or blame others. 2, apologize. A sincere apology can go a long way in showing your remorse and understanding of the situation. 3, offer to pay for the damages. Depending on your financial situation, you may be able to offer to pay for the repairs. 4, suggest ways to prevent similar incidents in the future. Show your commitment to learning from this experience by taking steps to prevent further future actions. 5, have a conversation in person. It is usually best to have these types of conversations in person rather than over the phone or through a text. Here's an example of how you could communicate the situation to your dad. Dad, I wanted to talk to you about something that happened yesterday. I accidentally crashed your car while I was driving. I take full responsibility for my actions and I'm sorry for what happened. I understand if you are upset and I completely understand if you are angry with me. I would like to offer to pay for the damages or contribute towards the cost of the repair. I also want to discuss ways we can prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. Can we talk about this in person?
Oh my God. All right, what about this?
Let's do father-son podcast.
Wait, no, we'll get to that. How about wedding vow? Nah, that's too easy.
Wedding vow
to my spouse.
Wedding vow
to my wife.
To my wife with a joke in it. Let's see if we can do that with a joke in it.
Scary shit. I still got a pack, by the way.
This says, here's an example of a wedding vow with a joke included. My dear wife, from the moment I met you, I knew you were the one for me. You bring out the best in me and make me a better person. You have a great sense of humor and always know how to make me laugh even when I'm down. I promise to always be there for you to support you and make you laugh. And if I ever forget our anniversary, I promise to always have a good joke ready to make up for it. I love you now and always. Let's do a podcast between a father and son. Gonna put us out of business.
Crazy.
Intro music plays. Father. Welcome to Father and Son, a podcast about life lessons and legacy. I'm your host, Father's name, and I'm joined today by my son, Son's name. Son. Hi, Dad. Thanks for having me. Let's just read it out loud. Let's read it. I'll read Son. You read Father. Hi, Dad. Thanks for having me on the show.
No problem, son. So today we're going to be talking about the importance of family and the lessons we learned from each other. But before we dive into that, I'd love to hear a little about your life and what you have been up to lately.
Well, I'm currently in my final year of college, and I'm majoring business. I'm also working part-time in a startup company, which has been a great learning experience.
That's great to hear. You've always been very ambitious-driven. I'm proud of the young man you become.
Thanks, Dad. I've learned a lot from you about your hard work and dedication.
Well, I'm happy to pass on my wisdom I have, but I have to say I also learned a lot from you. You have a fresh perspective of things and have taught me a lot about technology and social media.
Yeah, it's always important to keep an open mind and learn from each other, no matter our age or experience.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I value most about our relationship. We may have our differences, but we always try to see things from each other's perspectives and find common ground.
Definitely. And I think that's something that's important in any family. It's all about respect, understanding, and support.
I couldn't agree more. And that's something we should all strive for in our relationship with our loved ones.
And then it says, outro music plays.
Thanks for joining us on Father and Son, a podcast about life, lessons, and legacy. Join us next time, and we'll be discussing the importance of communication and relationships. Until then, take care and remember to always appreciate and value your loved ones.
Weird. You can even do like here, I'm just going to do conversation with Hitler realizing that he is in love with a Jewish woman. See what that says.
It's so quick.
It is important to remember that Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party were responsible for the deaths of millions of people, including 6 million Jews during the Holocaust. It is inappropriate to romanticize or normalize their actions or beliefs. With that said, here's an example of a fictional conversation between Hitler and a person trying to help him realize he's in love with a Jewish woman. Hitler: I can't believe it. I, Adolf Hitler, am in love with a Jewish woman. How could this have happened? Person: love doesn't discriminate based on religion or ethnicity. It's important to remember that love knows no bounds. Hitler: but the Nazi Party's beliefs are clear. Jews are inferior and should not be accepted into Aryan society. People: those beliefs are hateful and wrong. It's important to recognize that all people deserve to be treated with respect and dignity regardless of their religion. But what will all my colleagues in the party think? What will my followers say? Person: it's more important to follow your own heart and do what's right rather than worry about what others may think. I mean, it goes on and on. Hitler said: I see what you mean. It's hard to let go of my beliefs, but I know deep down that my love for this woman is real and true. Then Hitler goes: you're right. I need to let go of my hate and embrace love. Thank you for helping me see the error in my ways.
Oh, God. All right, so scary stuff as to what's going on. Scary stuff.
It's crazy.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You
That's
can
a
use
game
that for
changer.
anything.
In the world.
I wonder if it does legal shit. Ask it to do with something legal. Let's see if you could use it for your job. You can also
draft a memorandum in opposition to I don't know what I'm.
You can also, by the way, you can take other text. So I can take a deposition. I can copy paste it into here, and I can say, write me a deposition summary from the below.
So it'll take this PDF document.
You have to copy paste the text from it, and then.
So the text you can put it in there.
You can put the text in. You could say, summarize this for me, and it'll do it.
So you put like a Word format.
Yeah, and you can just select all the text in the Word document, and you could say draft a summary of the below text, and then enter, put in their text, and it'll do it. What should I say here, though? Draft me a...
Draft me a memorandum of law as to why a joint bank account is exempt from garnishment from a creditor having a judgment against...
From garnishment from a creditor.
Who has a judgment against only one of the account holders.
Okay, wow. Let's see. I don't know what any of that means.
You will one day, Bronny.
Taking a little while. 2, legal department, from your name. Subject, joint bank account exemption from garnishment. I'm writing to request a legal memorandum regarding the exempt status of a joint bank account from garnishment by a creditor who has obtained a judgment against only one of the account holders. The specific details of the case are as follows. The joint bank account in question is held by account holder 1 and account holder 2. A creditor has obtained a judgment against account holder 1 for a debt owed. The creditor has attempted to garnish the bank account to satisfy the judgment. Based on my research, it appears that a joint bank account may be exempt from garnishment in certain circumstances. According to citation, a joint bank account may be exempt from the garnishment if the account was established for the purpose of convenience and not as a means of evading creditors. In addition, citation states that a joint bank account may be exempt from garnishment if the funds in the account are not solely owned by the judgment debtor. Given the information above, it seems that the joint bank account in question may be exempt from garnishment by the creditor. However, I would like to request a legal memorandum to confirm this exemption and provide a more thorough analysis of the relevant laws and cases. Thanks for your assistance. Sincerely.
All right, I got it. I probably have to give more details, but it's interesting. Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah. So we'll move on to North Carolina. Have you heard about what happened in North Carolina last week?
No.
2 weeks ago or last week or whatever, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
See, why'd you have to check your phone?
Because mom texted. I don't know what
because you're addicted.
No, I'm not addicted to it. Stop playing with the thing. Go ahead.
Last week, the whole most of North Carolina was out of power for the whole week.
Okay.
Because a power station was attacked.
They thought someone purposely did it.
Yes, terrorists.
Okay.
We don't know who. Still, don't know where. Don't know why. We also, since that, have learned that they have been attacking other ones in other states. We don't know if it's the same people, if it's different people, if it's the same group, coordinated effort, whatever. But there are people in America that are with guns shooting up power stations so that they stop working and that people are out of power in multiple states.
This one, North Carolina, was shot up by guns? Mm-hmm. So not electronically done by guns?
No, it was people with guns going in and shooting.
Why?
And you cannot find a single motive from the media. Not a single one.
Meaning
I spent 2 hours looking at a bunch of different articles, and the only thing that you can find is that possibly the reason they did this was because there was an LGBT performance in a neighboring town, and they wanted to cut the power so that the performance didn't happen.
That's retarded.
Insanely, it's ridiculous. It's the most propaganda bullshit ever. It's probably people trying to take down the power grid because that's the best way to cripple America.
Why do you think that people are doing that?
Because it's the best way to cripple America.
They're Americans doing it?
Could be.
With guns?
Yeah, here. So I'll just
But so there was no one around to see the shooting? The police didn't come?
Well, I mean, the police came in now. It's an FBI case because it's been happening in multiple states. But like the power station, right? Like power stations are in the middle of nowhere and they don't have security. They're just
Well, they're going to have security now.
There are millions of power stations.
They're going to put security. That's bring the armed forces in, I guess. I don't know.
This says here, this is from AP, which was like one of the only places you could find any info. 2 power substations in North Carolina County were damaged by gunfire in what is being investigated as a criminal act, causing damage that could take days to repair and leaving tens of thousands of people without electricity. In response to ongoing outages across Moore County, officials announced a state of emergency that included a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Also, the schools were closed. The governor said, an attack like this on critical infrastructure is a serious, intentional crime, and I expect state and federal authorities to thoroughly investigate and bring those responsible to justice. After that, it gets real washy, which is what makes me real sketchy about it.
What's sketchy about it?
There are terrorists in this country organized enough to coordinate it within 1 month as we know so far from what the authorities are telling us is that it's been happening in Washington and let me get it right. Washington.
Should I get a
Oregon,
generator, you think?
And it's helpful to not be on the grid. Yeah, Washington, Oregon, and North Carolina. 5 electricity substations in Oregon and Washington are attacked just days after 2 in North Carolina. First of all, this is a British paper. It's one of the only places that you can see reporting on it. You don't see it on the news. You don't see it really anyone talking about it. We know, I mean, what the fuck? Bring me to a Carolina Herrera ad? I literally didn't click on anything. That's so annoying. What is going on? So the FBI said that. The FBI reported that at least 5, I mean, that means that it's more than 5, because why would they say at least? 5 attacks at electricity substations in the Pacific Northwest have been reported to the FBI. The incidents came to light via federal memo following a deliberate attack last week in Moore County, North Carolina, that left tens of thousands of people without power for days after seasonal temperatures fell. In Washington State and Oregon, spokespeople for several energy companies, Puget Sound Energy, Cowlitz County Public Utilities, and Bonneville Power, confirmed the attacks. A federal law enforcement memo revealed that the Pacific Northwest substations have described attacks using hand tools, arson, firearms, and metal chains, possibly in response to an online call for attacks on critical infrastructure. In recent attacks, criminal actors bypass security fences by cutting the fence links, lighting nearby fires, shooting equipment from a distance, or throwing objects over the fence and onto equipment. So here, this is California, Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, Tennessee, and Maryland have all had threats for power grid attacks within the last couple of weeks, and the other 3 were attacked. Like it's a station like this. They're not manning those but you take one of those down and it takes the entire county down, because they're all connected. So you lose one and the whole grid fails. Wow. The spokesperson for the power company said that the company suffered a deliberate physical attack. He added the company is actively cooperating with the FBI in this incident and has encouraged other utilities throughout the region to increase their vigilance and report any suspicious activity to law enforcement. He did not offer details about the damage to the equipment, only that the cost of repair would be passed on to customers of the public utility. The FBI would not confirm or deny that it is investigating the attacks, though the company said they are cooperating with a federal investigation. That's really the only thing.
So we don't know anything about it more than that.
No, because no one is reporting on it. And that's what's sketchy.
Why do you think? Maybe not to scare everybody.
But they'll scare us with bullshit stuff that is meaningless. This is real. This is real shit. This is like what people should actually be worried about. Not like that someone had a White Lives Matter flag.
I think I'm going to maybe get a generator for $25,000.
It might be worth it. Yeah. Because the thing is, the power grids in this country, remember what happened in Texas 2 years ago in COVID? One grid shut down and the entire state was out of power for like 2 weeks in the winter, and people died because they froze.
Well, we're not going to die because we're not freezing it, but I get it. But it'd be nice.
But what I'm saying, like, they couldn't get it back up for 3 weeks, 4 weeks in some situations. If we were out of power for a month, if the state, right? It's not like we could just go to Orlando. The state, like, that's not, obviously we're not going to die, but that's not good. That also means your business is out of power. That means the house
I have no choice about the business aspect. If that's the reality. I mean, I have insurance for that.
Right. But you can't cook our food. Where would we even get food? Publix doesn't have food. They're out of power. We don't have food. Our fridge doesn't work. Where do we go? We drive out. We can't pump our gas. We need power for that. Right? It's like that. Literally, that's what happened in Texas. It could happen anywhere. And not only can it happen anywhere, there are people, we don't know who, we don't know where, we don't know why, who are seeking to make that happen in multiple states right now. And no one's talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, look, we have big problems. I don't think a generator would even help that if we can't get food. I mean, you can't stock up food for, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Well, you can. They sell those MREs, those bins that have like the 60-day supply of food.
You think we should do that?
I mean, I don't know. It can't hurt because they go bad in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like you spend thousands and thousands and thousands a month on insurance. That's an insurance for $150 or whatever, you know?
Mm.
So CNN, the only article that CNN is reporting on it is this is what they said. A growing number of reported threats to power infrastructure are under investigation following attacks on substations in the South and on the West Coast as electricity becomes a more critical need. Even before the gun assault Saturday in North Carolina wiped out power for days, at least 5 stations in Oregon and Washington had been attacked in November, while no motive or suspect behind the North Carolinas has been identified, right? So they give that. Okay, so they said no motive or suspect. However, investigators are zeroing in on 2 possible threads centered on extremist behavior, writings by extremists on online forums encouraging attacks on infrastructure, and a series of recent disruptions of LGBTQ plus events across the nation by domestic extremists. So it's like they're trying to pin it on. So some people in this country have been like, I guess, threatening LGBT events, and they're trying to pin this on that.
That'd be the most fucking retarded thing in the world.
I mean, it just has nothing to do with it. Though investigators have no evidence connecting the Moore County outage to a drag event that began there around when the county lights went out, the timing and context of armed confrontations around similar events across the country are being considered. That's full on a propaganda sentence. While no evidence whatsoever connecting the attack to it,
right? But
other things happening might like. Are you serious? Right. The outage ended the Moore County drag show after audience members lit the stage with phone flashlights. As the investigators continue to look for evidence and clues, detectives with the Moore County Sheriff's Office have applied for search warrants.
They'll never find it. They'll never find it. Who did it?
I mean, I definitely think they can because we found way more, way less. You know, like we've found way, way worse.
I wonder if they have cameras on all these stations.
That's another thing. Like this whole thing is just very, very sketchy to me because they obviously have cameras. These power companies. These grids are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't have cameras.
I don't know.
They have fences, but they don't have cameras. Or they don't have like...
They'd be stupid not to have a camera.
They definitely do. I mean, I don't know for
right. I'm with you.
But it like you have cameras on every street corner, but we don't have cameras on our electricity grid.
Be stupid.
Feels weird.
Yep.
And especially that a lot of these are private companies, so it's like, why would a private company not have cameras on their assets? Even just for like insurance purposes, they probably have to have a camera. So I bet they have cameras. I bet the FBI knows what the fuck is going on. And I bet they are investigating shit and they know like who did it, why they're doing it, but they can't say. Maybe because it's too big. Maybe because it'll cause too much of a panic. Maybe because they're involved. I don't fucking know.
I have no idea. If they knew, I think they would say it.
The FBI has lied to us all the time. All the time. The FBI is a basically criminal organization. They commit crimes themselves.
Well, I wonder. It's interesting.
How do in 3 different states, 5 different things are attacked, and there's not a single camera? So we don't have a single lead,
it makes no
evidence.
sense that there's no cameras. We'll never know because they keep everything, right? They tell you what they want you to hear, and they don't tell you.
Yeah, but you just said the FBI would tell us.
I like to believe they would. I don't know, obviously, but I hear you. I mean, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it doesn't make. Why wouldn't they tell us?
Because either it's bad for them or it's bad for us.
Well,
they don't tell us anything. The government doesn't tell us anything. Trump fired half the FBI when he first got into office because he said they're a criminal organization. And then Biden also, it's like they go back and the public sentiment or the public sentiment on the FBI goes back and forth depending on the day now. And it's like, no, we should all be on the same side. They're bad. Because now it's like when Trump's in office, the FBI is against us. But then when Biden's in office, the FBI is for us because they're against Biden. It's like, no, they're their own org and they do their own shit.
I don't know about this. I don't know what to say about this electrical thing because it's a big concern. And are we allowing it? Like, it doesn't make sense that we allowed it to happen.
I think I probably think that there's a group of people who, for whatever extremist reasons, I think it's internal. I don't think it's an external threat.
You think it's government?
No, I think it's Americans.
Americans doing it.
Yeah.
For what reason?
That's what I was going to get to. But because I think if China wanted to take our power grid down, they could do it without like sending guys in to cut wires and
not
guns.
physical.
Yeah,
they could
definitely.
do it electronic with a bug.
Easily. Yeah. Definitely they could. They're incentivized not to because most of the things that we use our electricity for, we purchase from them. So if we didn't have electricity, they would lose all their money, right? So they're not incentivized to take our power grid down. So that's 2 reasons why I don't think it's external. It seems run and gun, right? Like it seems amateur-ish. The fact that they're cutting fences with bolt cutters, and they're lighting fires in other sections to distract.
It seems very, very
guerrilla,
barbaric.
Yeah, but it also clearly is coordinated because it's happened in 3 different states. I don't think that's a coincidence that there have never been power grid attacks, and now there are in 3 states with similar MOs.
Could be copycat. It's the news, social media, and then people get attention.
The Washington and Oregon one happened before North Carolina and were not released to the public until the North Carolina one happened. And then the internal memo within the government got released. And then, so that's, so it couldn't be copycat unless it's like someone who knew about it, but whatever. Maybe that might be a thing. I don't know. So clearly it's not, I think it's people who are maybe like ex-military or something. I don't think it's like a foreign government, or I don't think it's our government. Because they're also, apparently, if we're going with the story, they're also evading. They're so good that there's no evidence. They've covered all their tracks. So they're not dumb. They're not like hillbillies who are like, let's take the power grid down. Like, they know what they're doing because the FBI is claiming that they have no evidence. I think it's people who are like extreme, which there are a lot of people in this country that have become extreme, who are like, this country is going to shit. We need to take it down. And so they're like, the power grid is the way to do it. And they're doing it. But
there's so many innocent people that get fucked.
Yeah. Or like what we were talking about earlier in this episode, where they're like, we should just go back to, maybe it's like an helping out. Maybe it's like the internet's too bad. Let's cut it off. If there's no power, there's no internet.
Could be.
But like in North Carolina, there were people without power for, I think it was like 10 days before they could get the power back on to everyone. So it's like they took out one station.
Right.
But it affected people, tens of thousands of people for over a week. It's like, what if it gets more coordinated?
Scary. It's friggin' scary.
It's just so sketch that the news.
Yeah, but are you surprised if the news not giving or giving information or whatever? I mean, they do nothing.
But why?
I don't know.
That's what's sketchy about it. And the flags go off in my head.
Your spidey senses?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's obvious that it's something they don't want out. Either because they fucked up, right? Like, if it gets revealed that our power grid is actually really easy to take down and me and you could just go in there with a couple of bolt cutters and take it down, the government doesn't want the public to know that. So they would keep the kibosh on that. That's one explanation.
Or
sketchier shit.
I think that they're going to ramp up security.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Yeah, but then like, who are these people that are doing this and why? Thousands of electric substations help keep communities running across the country. Now some residents wonder whether others could be at risk. Executive director of the National Association of State Energy Officials said, I think the short answer is yes. The electric grid is a massive interconnected machine. It's impossible to protect every node. In recent years, state, federal, and industry leaders have taken steps to protect critical nodes, but there remain substations particularly we can't protect infinitely, unfortunately. Reducing the risk of disasters from attacks on power. There are really two pieces. One is the hardening of infrastructure. That certainly can occur, but the threat increases even more rapidly. I don't know. No one's talking about it. That's what worries me. So I just had to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I heard a little bit about it. You refreshed my recollection when you said North Carolina and the power stuff. I didn't know enough about it as to what's going on. Obviously, none of us do. We still don't know enough about it.
We'll never know.
Right, we'll never know. Like O.J. Simpson's dog. You're trying to get back on
O.J. Simpson's dog?
Not the dog. The guy, who was it, Lyle? Who'd he kill?
No, he didn't.
O.J. Simpson, Nicole, and the other guy.
Yeah. But then there's a guy living in their pool house or something, right?
Cato's dog or something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's Cato's dog. All right, Bronny Boo. Are we going to do a follow the advice or are we going to
see if I can get back in?
End it tonight. He's going back.
You have to do a follow the advice. That's okay. You always are like.
I want you to cut and paste the fatherly advice that we get and put it in there and see what they do.
Ooh, great idea.
Thank you, Bronny.
Great idea.
That's why I am the father and son pod.
Let's see.
I agree, son.
Yeah.
Because I have to pack, dude.
Okay, this is anonymous. This was submitted 2 days ago too, so this is a fresh one for her.
Okay. You have to read it.
You want me to read it out loud? And
you
then,
have to read it, so then we know what the response is.
Okay, I'm gonna put it into ChatGPT.
You missed the piece. Did you copy the whole thing? Yeah. Okay.
The first part said I don't want to use my name, but I don't need to tell ChatGPT that. Give me advice on the following situation. Okay, I'll read it to us. Okay, you ready, Dad?
Go ahead and listen, buddy.
I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2.5 years now. After about a year of dating, we got pregnant. We were still are happy about it. And
wait, start over for me. I'm sorry. Please.
I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2.5 years now, and after about a year of dating, we got pregnant. We're still happy about it and wouldn't trade her for the world. We are not married, nor does it feel like we are anywhere close to getting engaged. It seems like every time he gets close to looking at rings or talking about it, something happens. For example, the last time he was looking at rings, I let it slip in front of our friends and family. The next day when we weren't around them, he said he was embarrassed and that he thought it was wrong of me to bring it up.
Oh, give me a piece of fucking dickwad.
I was just really excited because I do see a future with him and can't wait for him to actually ask.
That bothers him? Seriously?
That's weird.
That's a problem.
I guess I'm asking if it was truly wrong of me to say something. No. And
absolutely not.
And how long should I wait for him to ask it? I'm almost 24 and he's 26. Having a baby before I was married was never really in my plans, but God works in mysterious ways.
He should have already done it.
And maybe this is just the Catholic guilt talking. Okay. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say.
Wait. Let's give our opinion.
Okay.
He's the father of a child.
And if you guys are talking about getting engaged,
he should do it.
I hate to say it.
Either should have got the pot.
I think he's just like looking for excuses not to.
Otherwise, he would have done it.
Right.
I agree.
if you guys talked about it and he was like, well, you brought it up, now we can't. It's like, what? That's a bullshit excuse.
If he's truly in love with you, he would have done it.
Or if he wanted to be married,
He would do
done
it. Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, let's see what ChatGPT has to say. GPT, I think. It sounds like you were feeling, I said, give me advice in the following situation. It sounds like you were feeling frustrated and insecure about the future of your relationship with your boyfriend. It's understandable to want clarity and commitment in a long-term relationship, especially when you have a kid together. First, it's important to communicate openly and honestly with your boyfriend about your feelings and concerns. It may be helpful to have a common, respectful conversation about your desires for the future of your relationship, including your desire for marriage. This can help to clarify any misunderstanding and will allow you both to discuss your priorities and goals. It's also important to remember that everyone has their own timeline and pace when it comes to making commitments and steps towards marriage. It may be that your boyfriend is simply not ready for marriage at this time, or he may have other concerns or reservations. It's important to be patient and understanding and to respect his feelings and decisions. It is not necessarily wrong to express your excitement about the possibility of marriage, but it is important to consider your boyfriend's feelings and perspective. If he was embarrassed or uncomfortable with your bringing it up in front of others, it may be more helpful to discuss these types of topics privately between the two of you. Ultimately, the most important thing is to maintain open and honest communication with your boyfriend and to be patient and understanding as you both navigate this phase of your relationship. It may also be helpful to seek support from friends, family, or a therapist as you navigate these feelings.
Okay, you don't need a therapist. This does it for you.
That was a better answer than us. It addressed every question.
Well, it's listening what's politically correct and objective. We're listening with the reality of it.
Yeah, but like that's a nicer answer.
It could do everything.
It's crazy. And this is the first version.
And it did it perfectly.
Yeah. Think about it in 1 year, let alone 5 years.
Wow.
It's going to put everyone out of a job.
Not good.
I mean, like you can even say, write me.
All right, Bron, I got to fuck going. Bron, you're obsessed with it.
I was just going to say, you can write like a scene of a movie. You can be like, write me a scene in Avatar where Jake Sully kills Neytiri. And it'll write you the scene. Like you don't need writers.
You can write a book.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Go Pack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love you. That's
Love
scary.
you too. Bye, guys.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me.
The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.